Reality continues to ruin my life. It's not denial. I'm just selective about the reality I accept. Sometimes when I'm talking, my words can't keep up with my thoughts. I wonder why we think faster than we speak. Probably so we can think twice. You know, Hobbs, some days even my lucky rocket ship underpants don't help. I'm killing time while I wait for life to shower me with meaning and happiness. People think it must be fun to be a super genius, but they don't realize how hard it is to put up with all the idiots in the world. You can't just turn on creativity like a faucet. You have to be in the right mood. What mood is that? Last-minute panic. I wish I had more friends, but people are such jerks. If you can just get most people to leave you alone, you're doing good. If you can find even one person you really like, you're lucky. And if that person can also stand you, you're really lucky. The surest sign that intelligent life exists elsewhere in the universe is that it has never tried to contact us. There's never enough time to do all the nothing you want. You know what's weird? Day by day, nothing seems to change, but pretty soon, everything's different. Dad, how do soldiers killing each other solve the world's problems? In my opinion, we don't devote nearly enough scientific research to finding a cure for jerks. You know, sometimes kids get bad grades in school because the class moves too slow for them. Einstein got D's in school. Well, guess what? I get F's. As far as I'm concerned, if something is so complicated that you can't explain it in 10 seconds, then it's probably not worth knowing anyway. We're so busy watching out for what's just ahead of us that we don't take time to enjoy where we are. That's the difference between me and the rest of the world. Happiness isn't good enough for me. I demand euphoria. Who was the guy who first looked at a cow and said, "I think I'll drink whatever comes out of these when I squeeze them"? If people sat outside and looked at the stars each night, I'll bet they'd live a lot differently. It's hard to be religious when certain people are never incinerated by bolts of lightning. We're so busy watching out for what's just ahead of us that we don't take time to enjoy where we are. To invent your own life's meaning is not easy, but it's still allowed, and I think you'll be happier for the trouble. Boy, there's nothing worse than an inscrutable omen. You can't just turn on creativity like a faucet. You have to be in the right mood. What mood is that? Last-minute panic. People always make the mistake of thinking art is created for them. But really, art is a private language for sophisticates to congratulate themselves on their superiority to the rest of the world. As my artist's statement explains, my work is utterly incomprehensible and is therefore full of deep significance. The secret to enjoying your job is to have a hobby that's even worse. I wish people were more like animals. Animals don't try to change you or make you fit in. They just enjoy the pleasure of your company. Animals aren't conditional about friendships. Animals like you just the way you are. They listen to your problems, they comfort you when you're sad, and all they ask in return is a little kindness. Calvin, know what I pray for? Hobbes, 1. Calvin, the strength to change what I can, the inability to accept what I can, and the incapacity to tell the difference. I'm killing time while I wait for life to shower me with meaning and happiness. You know, Hobbes, some days even my lucky rocket ship underpants don't help. Isn't it sad how some people's grip on their lives is so precarious that they'll embrace any preposterous delusion rather than face an occasional bleak truth? Problems often look overwhelming at first. The secret is to break problems into small, manageable chunks. If you deal with those, you're done before you know it. Who was the guy who first looked at a cow and said, "I think I'll drink whatever comes out of these when I squeeze them"? I don't think I'd have been in such a hurry to reach adulthood if I'd known the whole thing was going to be ad-libbed. Life's disappointments are harder to take when you don't know any swear words. If people sat outside and looked at the stars each night, I'll bet they'd live a lot differently. A little rudeness and disrespect can elevate a meaningless interaction to a battle of wills and add drama to an otherwise dull day. They say the secret of success is being at the right place at the right time, but since you never know when the right time is going to be, I figure the trick is to find the right place and just hang around. The more you know, the harder it is to take decisive action. Once you are informed, you start seeing complexities and shades of gray. You realize nothing is as clear as it first appears. Ultimately, knowledge is paralyzing. Being a man of action, I cannot afford to take that risk. Hobbes, you're ignorant, but at least you act on it.